4 games, 4 lessons, and 1 final trial. They say it all comes down to this. But if history has taught us anything, it's that I probably go 0-3 before I find the bush. 4 games, countless regrets, 1 last chance to pretend I know what I'm doing. This is the final spear, and I'm gonna throw it like I mean it. Probably into a minion, but with passion. Got him. Whoa, why did he move slightly right? Let's get it, baby.
Win!
It was finally the day of the last placement match. How I got here? Not really sure, but do I take full credit? Yes. Through missed spears, tragic roams, and 1 bush that changed my life, I'd made it. Was I ready? Absolutely not. But readiness is a social construct anyways. So, I did what any rational man with a point-and-click stun and questionable decision-making would do. I locked in Pantheon support. 1 last time. Nervous? No. Nervous was 4 games ago. By this point, I was just whispering to my keyboard and hoping it understood what I wanted. In all seriousness, though, I was horrified. I don't know why. But at the end of the day, there was just one thing to do. Blindly engage and hope someone followed up. This wasn't just a game. This was a war. A beautiful, stupid war where everyone made mistakes, but somehow it felt like we were alive. The first few minutes, glorious. We laned like professionals. We hit level 2 first. I pinged forward. My ADC ignored it. Balance was restored. But then something changed. I landed a spear. A real one. Fat. 5 full stacks connecting. I started to believe. The spear was landing. The W's were clicking. The dive was botched, but we were playing so locked in. And by locked in, I mean tunnel visioned and emotionally unavailable. Brother, what did I just witness? But as quickly as we climbed, the game swung. Oh no, I'm dead, aren't I? I am. Their jungler, every lane, every minute, every bush. The guy had GPS tracking on my soul, I swear. We win 1 fight, then immediately lose the next. It was back and forth like 2 drunk gladiators swinging pool noodles in the dark. The team fights? Absolute chaos. Abilities flying everywhere. My ult hit someone once, probably. I don't know. I blacked out during the dragon fight and came back just in time to watch our base explode. And then, the moment. The fight that would decide everything. If we could get this, we could get that Atakan and get the XP we needed to get back into the game. Ooh! With the Atakan under our belt, all we had to do was keep the pressure on, find picks, and we did. For about 17 seconds. Bitch! Oh shit. Not good. Bad fight, bad fight, bad fight. We don't have heal cut yet. And then I saw it. A perfectly placed ward that I could immediately take out, and I got jumped by 4 people like I owed them money. And then, shortly after that, my last brain cell smashed my forehead into the R key and, well... Got him, baby. Kobe! Shit. Yeah, well, you hit some, and then the rest that you don't, you just admit that they're zoning tools. No! Why did he move slightly right? But then the next thing you know, the game swung again. Like, our strategy all along was to look bad enough that they get overconfident. Genius, really, if you think about it.
Let's go!
Yet the longer the game went on, the more uneasy I started to feel. It was like we were all 5 ticking time bombs pretending we had map awareness. We had 2 inhibitors down, and it seemed like everything was within our grasp. Oh my god, dude. Holy fuck, man. But then it came down to one final fight. And I did the only thing that I knew how. I pressed W on the first thing I saw, and then I accepted my fate like a man who's never read a death recap. Come on. Oh my god, are you kidding me, man? Yes?
Huh? Huh?
Where the hell was he aiming? You got it? You got it? You got it? You got it? No, you don't. You're dead as hell. Did he get her? He did. Oh, no. And tragically, the final game ended in defeat. But let's be honest. I was placed exactly where Riot always intended. Somewhere between high bronze and crippling depression. So what comes next, you may ask? Well, now we can actually play the game. Just the way Riot intended. 20 minutes of emotional investment, my brain buffering mid-fight, followed by one decision that ruins everything. But I hope you enjoyed the first 5 matches we've had on this climb. And there'll be many more to come, I promise you that. So if you want to, stick around, subscribe, turn on that bell notification, and like the video. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Check this play out, you ready?